The SASCOC CEO Tubby Reddy sat down with Eyewitness News in an exclusive interview to discuss questions regarding the reasons why South Africa lost out on the right to host the 2022 Commonwealth Games. Asked who was to blame for the Commonwealth Games Federation revoking the right to host the multi-sporting event, Reddy had this to say.
I think the question of whose fault it is, I suppose different people have different views. From my perspective, we as a country, there was agreement to bid to host. We went through that process and we won that bid. It's only post winning the bid one then had to revisit some of the deliverables and the targets, and that's when the engagement had to take place between the CGF and government and ourselves as part of the stakeholders to look at the shortcomings. And unfortunately that couldn't be overcome, as the Minister explained.
He added that this decision will reflect poorly on South Africa's future aspirations of hosting multi-sporting codes in the future under the current economic climate.
I don't think there's irreparable damage. I think there's disappointment. The country would be disappointed. Athletes will be disappointed in the fact that they were probably looking forward to contesting Commonwealth Games on home soil. I think the issue around hosting multi-sport events may have taken a knock on our side. Apart from Commonwealth Games, the multi-sport event is the All Africa Games or Olympic Games. And right now, just given the economic climate, I can't see us bidding to host any of these games very soon.
Reddy is adamant that spending 120 million rand in a bid to host the games cannot be seen as wastage, but should rather be seen as a payment for the country to have the right to stand as host.
Well, look, let's ask the question differently. I mean, people are asking the question about waste of money. If there was a bid that you take part in, and there's 5 countries or whatever contesting, you don't have a guarantee that you'll win the bid. And when you don't win the bid, that's money that you've utilized towards the bid. You can't see it as a waste. It's an exercise you have to do. Where in this case, there was opposition until they fell off, but the process still had to continue. And the country then won the bid to host the games. So I don't think it's fair to just sit there and say, well, the money was wasted. Because when the bid was taking place, there were people that were behind the bid and there were those that may have been opposed. The bottom line is the country will continue to bid for events, whether it's sport events, cultural events, music, whatever the case is. And there's always money that's going to have to be spent in those processes. It's just a question of, as a country, whether you're going to continue to want to host these things for the sake of the South African public.
But since it won the right to host the Games back in September 2015, Durban missed deadlines to provide the required financial guarantees, leaving the CGF no choice but to strip the city of its hosting rights. While no official replacement has been named just yet, the city of Liverpool has expressed interest in replacing Durban.